What's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to my F1 2017 mod career mode with Kimi Raikkonen's Ferrari car. We're here for episode number 19 today for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the finale of this 2017 season. There are only 3 points separating myself and Sebastian Vettel in the championship. I am in the lead by 3 points. Sebastian is second, so it all comes down to this finale, this one race showdown to see who wins the driver's title. We've already won the constructors with Ferrari. We've qualified on the second row of the grid in P3. Sebastian ahead of us on pole position for this race. He's in the prime driving seat right now for the winning of this Grand Prix. Ricciardo in second place, pipping myself and both the Mercedes cars. So once again, just like he did in Brazil, surprising result there from him in qualifying. And we'll see if he can actually this time hold on to us in the race, whereas obviously in Brazil kind of fell away. But the entirety of the Brazilian Grand Prix race last time out was just me and Sebastian up at front fighting. And I think it may be more of the same here for Abu Dhabi, which will be a real treat here for the finale. So as the sun comes down, we go to 5 red lights for the final race in this season. The showdown begins for the title. 5 red lights go out and we're underway, and it's a fantastic start for us. We get a huge jump on Sebastian Vettel. We climb up on the right hand side of him, trying to go around the outside. Ricciardo's been left for dust between me and Sebastian. We go side by side through turn 1. This is the dream start for us. We go around the outside, the flat out left hander, then the right hander. We're up into P1, and it's a 1-2 for Ferrari once again, an all too familiar sight in this season, in the last few rounds especially. And so it's me from Sebastian, then Daniel Ricciardo, then you got the 2 for Mercedes cars, and then followed by the second Red Bull of Max Verstappen as we head into the hairpin, just trying to get the best drive out the corner. As you can see, the beautiful sunset goes down the left hand side. This track may not be the best for driving, but it definitely is a very good looking circuit to end a season at. But here comes Vettel on the left hand side. He's got a sensational drive out the hairpin, so he's on the left hand side trying to make the move for P1. We're going to force him to the inside. Ricciardo's maybe going to swoop around the outside to make it 3 wide in the chicane. Ricciardo then hits the bump on the second part of the chicane, flies up in the air. His 2 wheels off the ground literally for a split few seconds, and now we're in second place. Yellow flags behind us. There's been some sort of incident right behind the top 5 here, but as we go around the outside of Ricciardo, it's going to be Nico Hülkenberg and Alonso out of this race, and now Ricciardo's tapped us wide a little bit. He hit the curbing there, so we forced the off track there, and we've come back on track in second place, so no harm done there. But as Ricciardo, I think he hit the bump again on the left hand side again, so Ricciardo hitting all the bumps in this Grand Prix so far and kind of forced me wide as his car kind of vaulted into mine and hit me off circuit, so I just took evasive action there. Let's take a look at a quick replay though of this incident. So it was between Hülkenberg and Fernando Alonso. So this is Alonso closing up one of the Toro cars. There's a car gone wide. Oh, there's a Haas car gone off, and Alonso has spun off track. He comes back very... Oh my! What an odd crash that is. Alonso almost fell asleep at the wheels. He came back on track, parked it, and just took out Hülkenberg with him. So very, very peculiar crash there. Anyway, we move back to our action, straight back into it on lap 2 now, down to the same chicane, the crime scene, if you will, and we're trying to overtake Ricciardo. There's been a bit more contact. Jesus, these drivers are really getting quite handsy with all of us today. It's obviously the final race, so it's all up for grabs. There's some, glory to be had in the final race of the season, so they're going for it. We have 3 wide here with Ricciardo and Vettel. Vettel going round the outside. Ricciardo pinched in the middle. We're kind of sandwiched out on the left-hand side. Ricciardo, again, we make contact with Ricciardo. He's really getting in the works, and this is a big spanner in the works for this race. And now Vettel is back into the lead of this Grand Prix, obviously after he lost it off pole position, and we're into P2 now ahead of Ricciardo, and hopefully that's kind of the last we've seen him, because I want to try and close back up to our teammate, and indeed we do by the time we get to lap 4. So 2 laps later it's taken us to actually catch up to Vettel. We dive down the inside. We've gone very, very deep. I forced him really deep. I went purposely deep and wide into that corner to just really offset him into that chicane. A little bit harsh, but of course it's all up for grabs. There's no more kind of, oh, he's my teammate, I need to kind of give him the space. It's all or nothing really in this Grand Prix. There's some contact made there between myself and Sebastian. This is a full out Ferrari civil war at the moment as we squeeze them out once again, and we keep P1, and the gloves are off, well and truly off, I think, at this stage. We've already made so much contact in this Grand Prix, not only with Vettel but also with Ricciardo. I think every driver right now in the top 5 right now, the 2 Mercedes cars, Ricciardo, and both of us Ferrari cars, we want the win. We can sense the win. And so as we move on to lap 6, Vettel will have DRS and down his back straight, so we'll try and go for a move into P1. Where is he going to go? Looks like he's going to move to the left-hand side, to the inside of this first part of the chicane, but obviously our outside move is going to turn to the inside of this second part here. So on the right-hander, we go very, very deep once again, basically missing the apex on purpose to kind of send Vettel off course a little bit on the racing line. Not trying to tap him off or anything, but just trying to kind of hold him up a little bit in the corners, because if I can get maybe one of these cars behind us to overtake Vettel, Vettel, that'll be absolutely peachy for me. But once again on lap 7 now, he's come back at us now. The DRS is going to play such a big role in this race, I feel, because especially on this long back straight, it's very, very easy to make the move here. But again, we force Vettel very, very deep into the corner. Oh my god! A second time now, a second car has hit that sleeping policeman curb on the inside, and Vettel chucked up to the air even more violently than Ricciardo did. But now we move on to lap 9. Me and Vettel still scrapping away on the ultra soft tyres. I move to the left hand side, we fake to the right, go down the inside, side by side once again through the chicane. It's going hammer and tong for the entire race long so far, and you can see, just like we did in Brazil, once again me and Vettel are pushing each other to go longer into this Grand Prix. We're now on lap 10 and we're still at it. Once again, I go from the right-hand side to the left-hand side of the circuit. Once again, going so deep to try and cut him off here. And now I hit the bump. So it's happened in 3 times. We've got a 3-0 here of hitting that sleeping policeman. So that is quite a dangerous curb at the moment. I mean, I wonder if you go at full pelt. That's not going to end up in a good situation. But thankfully, nothing's come of it so far between me and Vettel and Ricciardo. Once again, though, we're going to go for the dive down the inside. Once again, side by side in the chicane. And we just about get it. And you can see now the understeer is starting to kick in on this car. And you can see, as I was saying just before the action continued on, me and Vettel just pushing each other to go longer and longer in this Grand Prix. You know, lap 10, look how dead these tyres are. These tyres are completely gone, but just like Brazil, we are pushing each other, and you can see in the top left, Stroll's the one. Well, Stroll was previously in 3rd place, Bottas is now in P3, but Ricciardo and the 2 Mercedes cars pit way earlier than us. So we're just pushing each other that much. That's how much we both want this championship at the moment. We're just forcing each other to go longer. And I've forced Vettel to go even longer now because I'm heading in for lap 10. Obviously, he's not going to come in and pit behind me because that's going to be a double stack. So Vettel continues on. He'll be on those ultra softs for 11 laps, which is quite some way. But to be fair, I think this race may end up being a one-stop race, I think. Yeah, which is surprising. But Abu Dhabi, obviously, you know, more of a, I guess it is a proper thoroughbred circuit, but I guess it's leading towards more of a street-style circuit. You know, it's a very new circuit. There hasn't been much abrasion on the actual tarmac surface, so it's not a very, you know, historically it's not been one for too much tyre wear as a whole. And obviously with the more durable 2017 tyres, it looks like it's going to be a one-stop, which is probably music to my ears because so many times now, obviously in the previous 2 races, obviously by now I can say it now, there won't be a spoiler. Obviously the last 2 races we've got 2 punches, so you know, tyre wear hasn't been our best friend, I'll put it that way. I think that's the best way to say it. But yeah, it sort of be a blessing in disguise. But anyway, we make a brilliant little move here on Lance Stroll. What a little move down the inside there. Very tight stop off that kind of double right-hander. You know, you're going such full pelt, and then you slow down so fast into that very tight right-hander, almost like a hairpin almost, as he then go to the hotel section. We make a great move there on Stroll previously, and now we move on to lap 12. You can see Vettel has come out behind us there, so at the moment we should be in a net first place, although you can see we're in P6 at the moment with the 2 Mercedes cars, and I believe also Ricciardo's Red Bull up ahead of us. So they are actually ahead of us on track at the moment, but I believe they may be trying a 2-stop, whereas both of us, I think me and Vettel, I can say with some safe kind of confirming that I think both of us are doing the 1-stop. So I think we're fine. We will both jump the Mercedes guys and the Red Bull guys, but for now they are going to be ahead of us. They are doing the 2-stop. But now on lap 13, in the same place we made the move on Stroll, we're going to do the same thing to Esteban Ocon. Very close, but once again, lovely little move. I'm loving that corner actually. 2 great moves made so far in this Grand Prix, and so far we're under control at the moment. In P4 at the moment, Bottas leads the way. We move on to lap 15 though, locking up a little bit and now getting flustered a little bit as Vettel is catching us. He's been sent some purple times here into purple sectors, so he's right up our chuff now. He will have DRS down this back straight, so will he have enough speed to gain on us? I think he will as the proximity arrow comes up. Will he make a diving move? Yes, he will. We go to the outside. We're set a purple second sector here. We go side by side with Sebastian Vettel. Very close stuff, although it seems like I have the actual time pace in the corners or throughout the entire lap here. Vettel was just getting so much more of me down that back straight. I don't know if he's running lower wings than me perhaps, and then obviously locking up into that chicane is not going to help things, and that's definitely how he was able to get me there on that lap. So we moved forward into lap 17 again to the same exact place. Now we're back in P1, as I mentioned. All those guys hitting for a second time as Vettel streams into P1. So this time he doesn't even need to wait for me to make a mistake into this chicane. He just gets me there on the DRS so much more speed, so I definitely think he is running maybe lower wings. I'm running a bit higher to be better in Sector 3, because that's generally where I like to make up a bit more time on the AI cars. So in Sector 3, I'm kind of gaining the time with the downforce, but definitely, I think, losing some time here down this back straight. But to say that now on lap 19, we're closing up. This time we have DRS, so even though we are running higher wings potentially, we should be able to gain quite a bit of speed, and obviously we can try and do something under braking. Let's see. Right up his gearbox, move to the inside, just going to very, very easily nip down the inside first gear, leave him the room there on the right-hand side, but Vettel swipes across. There's been contact there. He's pushed me off a little bit. I'm going to push him back here, so Vettel, I gave him the space in first gear, and he decides to shove me off a little bit with his side pod there, and so we go toe-to-toe once again through to the second DRS zone. This time, actually, I have the advantage. I actually kept DRS, because obviously there's the second bite of the cherry there, but Vettel gets ahead of us. Can we swing around the outside? He's made a little bit of a mistake there. He's left me a bit of room on the second part of the chicane, and we're just still side by side through to the triple right-hander now. This will be the entire sector side by side. Oh, there's more contact there. Vettel shoved me off. This has gone real personal here. This is a full-out war right now. Vettel shoved me off there. That wasn't very nice. We're going to dive down the inside. He's left us the room, to be fair to him. So we're going to take the place. We're not going to now leave him the room on the outside. Shove him off a little bit. And this is getting very, very tasty. And all very, very fun, though, at the same time. And we just managed to stay ahead through the final corner, though. You can see now, I think that's Lewis Hamilton in his Mercedes car, has rolled right up to the back of Vettel now, up his gearbox with only 8 laps to go. This is absolute fireworks at the moment at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. This is exactly what you would have hoped for in the finale then. Here comes Vettel once again now, and later on lap 20, he goes down the inside. We swoop to the inside now, fake to the right, go to the left, and we squeeze him out very, very aggressively. Hamilton's round the outside. Vettel's hit the curb once again and flown 2 tyres in the air, and so we do the switchback move for about the 3rd time in 3 corners to try and get him back. And look at that, behind us, we've got the 2 Mercedes and Red Bull 3 wide. Absolutely awesome. Look at that. The top 5 are covered by a second. This is absolutely fantastic as we go side by side with Vettel again through this sector. He's going to have the inside line for the next corner, so we're going to be at a disadvantage. We have to tuck in behind him for 2nd place and just about keep that, because the 2 Mercedes cars are right up the back of us. Looks like Ricciardo has spun out there, I think. I think he's way back in the background, so I think something went on there between Red Bull and the 2 Mercedes cars. But now onto lap 22. We've got 6 laps to go. We're going to make the diving move down the inside from very far back. Go really, really deep. Do the full-on Rosberg almost in Abu Dhabi and try and force him off a little bit. And we don't make that work, though. He's got the line there. So we come back at him in the second DRS zone. That's fine. We gain enough time there in that previous corner. We duck to the right-hand side now, around the outside. And meanwhile, we also got Hamilton maybe trying something. We go very aggressively to the apex to cut Vettel off. And Hamilton goes there side by side with Sebastian Vettel, I think, in the background there. They swap positions round left, right, and centre. On the top left, you can see still switching. And I think in the end of it, oh, look at that. Hamilton's got him. Hamilton has got Sebastian Vettel. Now Hamilton comes and gets me. Hamilton's in to leave this Grand Prix out of nowhere. He's got my teammate on the previous lap, and now he's got me on lap 24, and he's in to leave this Grand Prix. And so now it's 2 and 3 with Vettel. So now if we finish like this, there would only be 3 points in between these 2 positions. Obviously 18 to 15 points for 2nd and 3rd. So this is getting even closer if Hamilton pulls through for the win here. But we're going to close up to Hamilton. Can we try anything into the chicane? Trying to get right up his gearbox, trying to maybe just suss out something, maybe put him off in the mirrors, but it's not going to work actually through left-hander. Hamilton has the traction through there, going a little bit opposite lock, and Vettel maybe sticks his nose down a little bit there through the first part of that right-hander, but we keep it in second as we go through to the hotel section. And now as we move off onto the next lap, lap 25, once again still trying to close up on Hamilton to see if we can get the win, because if we can get the win and cap off the season that way, that'd be great. But Esteban Ocon is out of this Grand Prix there, so something's gone on in the safety car. Has been called out, and this may be the biggest blessing in disguise for us, because the safety car being called out may just save us this entire race in terms of being ever attacked by Vettel. And it's Ocon with a very simple engine failure that will set off the safety car, but obviously a very dangerous place to be out of the Grand Prix there. But now we move on to lap 26, only 1 lap of the safety car, so we've got 2 laps to go in this Grand Prix. It's going to be green flag racing, so we've got 2 laps left for this championship right now and for this race. Hamilton's bolted off into first place, but Vettel on the restart had a very, very good start. He dived down the inside there to try and take 2nd place. We go side by side, leaving the room there on the outside. We just managed to keep 2nd place there, so we've got, as I said, 2 laps left in this Grand Prix to keep ahead of Vettel, to keep the championship. He's got Bottas right up his chuff. We've got Rich Mix to use a little bit, but not too much, and we're trying our best to to close up to Hamilton if we can. But later on, onto lap 27, on the back straight, the second back straight with DRS, Vettel's going to come up on the right-hand side. This may be one of his last attempts in the Grand Prix, so we have to do the job here. Down the gears, into the apex, second gear, going to squeeze him out on the entry of the next right-hander then. And we've got that through the little shimmy and shake chicane, and we're going to keep second place, and hopefully that may be it. We've got one lap left. Let's see if he's going to have anything on that last lap. But as we go through the triple right-hander, he's closing up on us. He's got the speed and slipstream. We lock up a little bit, but hopefully we can just hang on to this, and we do hang on to this because we move on to the very last lap of the Grand Prix. Vettel has not tried anything on the last lap. He's actually fallen away from us a little bit through that entire lap, and Hamilton's going to come through to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, but we're going to come home for second place, and this will be the F1 World Championship with Kimi Raikkonen. It's been a long time coming, 20 rounds, long old season for 2017, but we've won the Constructors with Ferrari already, and now we've won the World Drivers' Championship with Kimi Raikkonen. We've got him his second World Championship title in Formula 1. There you can see the difference, only 6 points between myself and Sebastian, but what a championship, down to the wire, down to the second last lap there with Vettel trying something at the death in the second DRS zone, but we managed to pull through there to get the championship, where we've got a 1-2 in the championship for Ferrari, and we've won it by an absolute storm of the Constructors, 628 to 511. Absolute dominance there from Ferrari and the Constructors. Me and Vettel have made the best tag team ever this season. So guys, if you have enjoyed the episode, smash the like button, let me know what you thought in the comments below, and then do get subscribed for weekend one content. I've been aarava, and well, I think I'm kind of decided on that I do want to do a season 2, so I guess you guys will have to wait and see what team I pick for that, but it's going to be a pretty hard and fast season 2 to get it all done before the end of August for the new game, but I think we'll be able to get it done, and yeah, well, I'll look forward to that. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video, I guess, so goodbye.